How old were you when you went to Italy?
I was still in high school.
You come to Spain only for football?
Yes. Forgive me for saying this, but I feel like Egypt is more, they're more serious about football than India.
How do you manage now when your career is consistent in a good moment?
The money that's put into clubs in Madrid is insane,
Yeah. Egypt football is big, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, for example, we have players from India, right? My parents are from India, and they don't take football that seriously. But a lot of times sports psychologists, when they talk to you about, for athletes, because your mental side as an athlete is the most difficult part, right? 80% mental, everyone will say, more or less.
Your family?
My family, yeah, I miss my family. Canada, no, not really.
Hi everyone, one day more in the podcast. Today Nader is with us and he's from Egypt and he wants to tea for drink, and you're welcome for a podcast.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Well, as he said, my name is Nader. I'm Egyptian. I've been living here for 7 years.
You have 7 years here.
Yes.
Wow, a lot of time.
And I'm here for football. And
You come to Spain only for football?
yes.
Oh.
But you were born in Egypt, yes?
No, I was
Okay.
actually born in Canada.
Okay, so that's where...
Wait. You're born in Canada,
Yes.
you go to Egypt,
Yeah.
live
So
there?
yeah, I was
Okay.
I was born in Canada and I moved straight back to Egypt.
Okay.
And
How old?
like a couple of months.
Okay.
And then I lived for the first 15 years in Egypt, and then I moved back to Canada to finish high school, and after high school I moved straight to Spain.
In which country did you start to play football?
In Egypt.
In Egypt.
Yeah.
Because basically the first 15 years of your life. When
Yes, exactly.
Besides being born.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And what part of Egypt?
Cairo, the capital.
Capital, like your center Cairo.
Yeah.
Or just around
Yeah.
the outsides of it.
No, in a small in Greater Cairo, it's like a small city called Maadi,
Okay.
and yeah, it's Cairo.
And your family's there? Your family's in Canada? Your family's here?
No.
All around?
My family right now is in Egypt. They moved with me to Canada, but then when we left, my brother and I, they moved back to Egypt.
Do you miss there?
Huh?
Do you miss there? Your family?
My family, yeah, I miss my family. Canada, no, not really.
The weather in Canada and the weather in Egypt is...
Yeah, it's the opposite.
It's
Yeah.
totally opposite.
One is way too cold and the other is way too hot.
Yeah.
So Spain is perfect for
Spain
me.
is the right
Exactly.
medium. But your family visits a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Your father visits a lot.
yeah,
How do you start in football? Why? Your family love football, like football, or...
no. In the end, as an Egyptian, football is all you know. Growing up, you watch football, you play in the streets with your friends. It's football. It's just the way it is in Egypt.
And for example, so you're from Cairo, right? Obviously, Cairo is a well-known city in Egypt. But do the areas change? Because, for example, I'm from the U.S., right? Or even if you talk about Spain, Madrid is a zone where the competition is much higher than other parts of Spain, right? In Barcelona also, right? There are certain areas. Is Cairo, the level of football there is much better than other areas more developed?
100%. It would be Cairo, then Alexandria after, and then the other areas are. The majority of the clubs are in Cairo, so people come to Cairo.
So most of the talent, you would say, comes out of Cairo, maybe like big-time players or things like that.
Like Cairo-based clubs, yeah.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of players that come from outside Cairo to play in those clubs.
Yeah, because of competition.
Yeah, exactly.
And also maybe if they're playing professionally, money and things like
Exactly.
that. More.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
When you go back to Canada, you continue play there?
Yes, but I wouldn't say the level in Canada is really high, especially at the youth level. Now, 2 years ago or 3 years ago they started the Canadian League, the CPL, which is a new league besides the MLS, obviously.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, there's not really a good level of football there. So to answer your question, yes, I continued playing, but it was more for fun. You know, I was focused more on my high school.
In which part, or in Canada or Egypt, or in which moment you decide for I try to
take it
play.
serious.
Yeah.
I would say in Egypt, my whole life I wanted to play football, and I was sure that I was gonna play football someday in a good team. But then when I went to Canada, I kind of forgot that idea, and then one day we had this trip to Italy with my Canadian team, and someone saw me there, and they called me and they wanted me to come to Europe, and it was probably that moment.
The club.
No,
say to you,
an agent.
The agent said to you, he asked for you if you want to come to Europe.
Exactly. He wanted me to come to Italy, which I went there. I stayed a couple of months, and then he wanted to move me to Spain, and yeah.
And what thoughts have your family about that?
Oof. Well. Yeah, that's an interesting question, right? Because obviously I come from a different background. We have a lot of players that come from different backgrounds, and Egypt football is big, right? But at the same time, you know, for example, we have players from India, right? My parents are from India, and they don't take football that seriously.
Yeah.
So is it similar in Egyptian culture, or?
Forgive me for saying this, but I feel like Egypt is more, you know, they're more serious about football than India.
For sure.
You know, for India would be, I would say, cricket.
Yeah.
No.
If sport is important.
Yeah.
Because then it's more studies and things like that. But.
Yeah, but for Egypt, football is very important. You know, we have big players now that have played outside, and everyone in the end thinks, you know, their son can be the next Mohamed Salah, for
here,
example.
For example, the football is not the most sport important. It's the most important in the life, and the normal family don't approve a lot. If you want to, I want to be a professional football player, your family support you.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the family, you know.
Yeah.
My father always supported me. My father was like an athlete in Egypt. He ran 1,400, and he was the second best in Egypt. So he's always been a fan of sports, and he saw like the potential in me, and he always supported me. My mother, on the other hand, was a bit more scared, you know, and she didn't want to leave her son, you know, going to another country alone. But yeah, I would say they all support me, even my brother. And
do you think it's important? Do you think was important in your beginnings? That support from your family for you? For
sure. In the end, I was way younger, and I didn't have the confidence I have now. For example, of like living alone, being in a different country, you know, in different culture, everything. And of course, the support of the family is very important, and it helped me a lot.
So there was a big difference between level of going from Egypt to going to Canada, right? The level of football, and that almost made you think, okay, I don't know if I want to continue to play, or your focus was less because of the level, or because of your lifestyle, or because you understand what I'm trying to say?
I guess it's a mix of everything, no? Because in the end, the lifestyle there, it's more like hockey, American football, you know, that kind of stuff. And like soccer, as they call it there, is not important at all, you know. So it kind of, I don't know how to say, but
it's a little motivation.
Exactly.
From you.
Yeah.
If you're just not surrounded by it.
Exactly.
Right? Which just happens in a lot of countries. You know, and here, like you said, it's like life, you know. So it's like, how do you not get motivated to play? And then when you went, how old were you when you went to Italy?
I was still in high school, so I would go, you know, in my school we would have like breaks of like a week or two, and I would take like 2 or 3 weeks on top of those days off from school. They would give me work that I would do online, obviously. And then when I finished high school, That's when I moved. So I would say I was 16.
That first time that you went to Italy, where
16?
somebody saw you.
16.
16, yeah, I would
And
say.
you played games there. Your team
Yeah.
played against other teams.
Yeah.
Which part of Italy, and what was that like experience like? And like, obviously you're coming from Egypt and Canada, and then playing in Europe, right? In Italy, which is a strong country in football, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like shocking, much different, kind of what you expected. You know what I mean? Or
No, they were really good, to be honest.
yeah.
Compared to us,
Yeah.
the only team I would say that really surprised me was Juventus, because we played against them, and
Academy.
yeah, the academy, and it was, I think, under 17, I would
Yeah.
say, and they were real good, to be honest. And you could see the difference, in the end. when
What
you-
exactly stuck out to you?
the
Like
the speed,
speed of play.
yeah,
Speed of the game.
yeah,
Did you
the-
play? Did you play in international academy, or did you
No,
play
no, no.
like a team? How-
I play like a team.
what
It's
is-
called Oakville Soccer Club.
Okay.
It's like a suburb
And
of Toronto.
And you are the only player from international, or a lot of players is there?
No, they were mostly Canadians. I mean, I was Canadian too,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, mostly Canadians, and it was like, yeah, just me that had just moved to Canada,
Okay.
and
And we want to put the focus now when you come to Spain.
mhm.
And how old are you when you come to Spain?
Oof, it was a big change for me, to be honest. A different language, different culture.
Is that you're in Italy? How many years in Italy?
No, not even
Not
years.
even a year.
It's
No,
like
that. So that agent, you went back to
Yeah.
Italy for that agent, and then how is it that like why Spain?
because he had connections here, he
So
had
from
the
that
contacts. Yeah, exactly. And he brought me here. And the first year was very difficult for me. I was trying to learn Spanish, understand how people live here, and
But for example, was it more difficult for you in Italy, or was it because you didn't say that about Italy, but you said it about Spain?
yeah, because in Italy I was never there to
Not long enough.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was months, and I would go back.
But do you think that it would have been an easier adapt to Italy or here?
Yeah,
Or you have no idea?
probably the same.
Same.
And
Yes.
you in Italy with only months there. You play official games?
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
a friendly games.
Yeah.
with your- okay.
Yeah,
You were training with the club.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But I never really
So
played
it's
an
like
official game.
It's like experience or
Yes.
like a camp there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, you could call it that.
And when you come here, you come the same for some weeks or 1 month or 2 months and come back to Canada,
No,
or no, you come for
No.
Trials to stay.
Yeah,
trials.
so I can only remember that I came one time for a few weeks, and I went back to get my visa situation. Yeah, you know how it is with the
Yeah.
visa, and yeah, the next time I was coming here to live, and
With 16, no, sorry, 17 years.
I was 18.
18.
I was turning 18 at the moment.
Okay, and how do you do your visa process in that moment, because the agent helped you or
No, not really. There were I knew other players that were not Spanish,
Okay.
so I asked them how they did their visa, and they connected me with this lawyer, and to be honest, they helped me a lot.
The question is, for example, our players, not all players, but a lot of them has really problems with the visa process. For coming, only not the visa process for stay here, only for the tourist visa. Yeah, it's, how do you remember this part? How do you remember this part?
Well, to be honest, I was lucky because as I said, I was born in Canada, so I have the Canadian passport, and for with the Canadian passport, you don't really need a tourist visa to come to Spain.
Okay.
But to live, obviously, it's the same in the end, yeah. And
when you so you came here. For me, obviously, I played before and I moved around different countries, and all of these players that we have, whether they come from different countries or whether they're here, right? Um, Finding an agent and trusting in an agent is probably one of the most difficult things as a footballer, especially when you're up and changing your entire life, right? You're looking to
100%.
sacrifice everything
Yeah.
based on what somebody says that he think he can do for you.
Yeah.
So was that difficult for you to put your trust into him, or was it a long process? Was it like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it and see, and it turned out well, it turned out not well? You know, like how was?
No. I agree. It's definitely the hardest part of football. You know, trusting in people. In the end, as you said, you're putting everything. You're changing your whole life for that, and yeah, trusting an agent is very difficult. It's in the end, you know, they play on the part where they know that you really wanna play football and you really wanna grow there, and
When you come here, when you came here, your agent has a network here,
Yes.
connections here, and he continues come to you here also, or only comes to here and
no, he tried, but to be honest, I didn't trust him that much, and
yeah.
So then what made you come here if you didn't trust him that much?
no, in the beginning I did trust him,
Okay.
but then when I was already here, you know, he wasn't really.
Is there anything specific that you would remember or whatever?
Yeah, for
that
sure.
you're able to, well, that you're obviously feel free not to
Yeah.
share certain information, but it's good for people to, you know, your experience, right? What was good, but also what was not good.
The promises, you know, they promise you you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that. If it's 90% are lies.
That's what we always talk about with players and people in football in general. Whenever something seems like it's too good, right? You need to be very awareness for me is so important for us. Awareness of what your level is, and then if somebody's telling you something that's way above your level, then you need to understand that, especially when there's money involved, right?
For sure.
Because these agents are at the end of the day, they're looking out for money, a lot of them, right? And not for you. And so they'll tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And we say that all the time. We talk about that all
I
the time.
think, with my experience, of course, if you have the level, you don't need you don't need every time you are in the field, you have the opportunity for show your level. And if you have the level, you trust in you and you work hard and you keep going, don't give up, and you don't need a lot of money or a lot of payments for opportunities, because on my experience I told with Rishi a lot about that, but in Spain always if you are inside the field, always someone
Is watching,
watching to you,
for sure.
always. Probably is not the best scout or the best coach or the best sport director, but he has the connections for the next, always like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Here, somebody always knows somebody else.
For sure.
And then you connect through the chain. The interesting thing about that is that we're not from here, right? So I think that, you know, here that idea of, and we were talking in another podcast with a sporting director, right, of a big club here, and we were talking about how the truth always comes out on the field. You can't engañar, you can't fool anybody, right? The truth always comes out if you're good or not good, no matter what agent you have, how much whatever he's doing, right? If you're playing, not playing, but you know, when you come from other countries, like for example Canada, a lot of times maybe I don't know, okay, you can stick out there, but maybe you won't be seen, or there's not enough opportunities. Whereas you play well here in Madrid, and you will get opportunities if you consistently play well. Which is maybe a big difference where you can maybe speak more on than we know about.
Yeah.
Do you think that if you were to play, is it different in that sense of being seen in Egypt and in Canada and here?
And then Madrid is like the I would say, the center of football. No, all eyes are always on Madrid,
Of course.
and
It's the capital of football.
and yeah, it's true that in whatever division you're playing in, there's always people watching you,
Yeah.
always here, and I agree with what you guys are saying. In the end, I've been without an agent for the last, I would say 3 years or 4 years, and this season I'm playing my highest category, and I did it without an agent, so I
Yeah.
completely agree with what you say.
Yeah.
People see you, and the truth always comes out in the end. No.
I'll make one question
Mm-hmm.
for put the context for the people.
Mm-hmm.
In which division you start to play here?
So, the first time the first team
Your first license.
Ficha,
Your
yeah.
first license.
feature would be Guadalajara.
In which?
It's tercera.
Tercera ref?
Tercera, sí.
But when
No,
you got
tercera
here,
división. Because before there was not the ref.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but when you got here, you said that you started in where?
And Leganés.
In Leganés.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm talking about the agent, right?
Yeah.
And did you have license there or no?
No.
No.
He put me there, start training with the C team, which was, I don't know, in the seventh,
Seventh division.
yeah.
And the team, when you come and you start to train with them,
Uh-huh.
is in the seventh division of Spain.
Yeah, and the agent was telling me, you're gonna start with the C team, you're gonna like train until your paperwork is done and all of that, and then you would go up to the B team,
Okay.
which played in the fourth.
Okay, and only for the context, in which division you play now?
Segunda RFEF.
In-
It's
is the
Segun-
fourth
fourth.
division of
Fourth.
Yeah, but
Spain.
in that time.
And
it
that
was
time,
different.
Tercera was the fourth,
Yeah,
right?
so now Tercera's the fifth.
Yeah, because they added like a league in.
But basically, my question is: you come here, and you stay in a team, not the club, because Leganés is so big club.
Mhm.
But in the club in 6th division of Spain, and in 7 years after you play now in the 4th division. So 3 leagues more in 7 years is really nice career
Mhm.
here. No,
It's all right.
It's definitely not easy.
Of
for
course.
sure. And I think with a lot of players that come here, they always are looking for opportunities. Like, maybe asking isn't the right way to say it, but almost asking instead of earning it yourself. And I think the most interesting thing, which again we always talk about, and I think a lot of people who know you know that about you, is that you've earned going up all on your own. And the most difficult way to do that in football is by promoting your team, right? And I know very few people that have promoted 2 years in a row, going from a division where preferente in that time is what you guess you can call it semi-professional, because you earn money, but in that club you're earning good, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people don't live off of football in that division, right? And moving up to then a professional division, and then moving up to then another professional division, another level higher, more national, right? More travel, things like that. I think that's literally exemplary for many players. It's super difficult.
It is very difficult, to be honest. I think the problem is that people's expectations aren't realistic. You know what I mean? They think it's easy. They come here, I'll play good. I'll go up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
And it's not like that. Not every time you have a good season, you'll go up.
So what was your thought process then? Because you're starting in Preferente. You're not from here, right? So was your thought process, okay, I'm going to try and play, I'm going to move, or let's see if I can promote? Like, were you realistic with yourself?
To be honest, I wasn't when I was younger, because as I said, I started in Tercera in Guadalajara, right? That would be the first feature they gave me. And then I continued a couple of years in Tercera, but around Spain, not in Madrid. And then I was actually gonna stop playing football, and then I went to the club where I actually met you, and you, and it was a horrible year, of course. And then the year after that year, I was gonna stop playing, And I got a call and I went to Preferente,
Yeah.
and since then it was just really work hard and do what I need to do
How?
and no
Sorry.
no.
How did you go to Leganés? Is it from Madrid? It's part of Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
How did you go to Guadalajara, other city? It's not really far, but how do you?
Is this the same agent?
The same agent.
Yeah, he had
you continue with
contact.
him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and then
And then from there,
I went to Lorca, which is another big team,
Yeah.
but it's in Murcia, and
One of the our best coach from Spain. He coaching in Lorca. Unai Emery.
yeah.
He's from there.
Aston Villa now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top
He's from
coach.
Lorca.
Yeah. I actually had a very good coach there as well, Pandiani.
No.
Yeah, he was
He's
my
the
coach.
coach, huh?
No,
You are
when
coach?
I was there, he was my coach.
Wow.
Wow,
where is
another
it?
level.
El
Rifle, claro.
Claro.
Wow,
But why? What was so good about
The
him?
intensity, probably.
the intensity. Yeah, El Rifle is very very known. You know, he's
Yeah.
It's Uruguayo.
yeah. He used to train with us. Wow.
Yeah.
No.
I-
Crazy good.
yeah.
Left foot, right foot, header, everything.
Yeah.
Top, perfect striker.
He plays in big teams here,
Yeah.
and he plays with. I'm this year, this season. I was assistant coach with a great goalkeeper from here, and he played a lot of time with Pandiani in Osasuna, and he told me a lot of history from him, and I didn't know if your
No.
coach.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, but he's crazy. No?
he's crazy. That for sure.
Like all the good ones are, no?
Yeah,
Yes, they
right.
always say all the good ones.
And they're all bald for some reason.
Stressed out, bro. They're stressed out.
Did you think in that moment when you come to Spain or you come to Europe or Italy, do you think in that moment you not only coach but you meet like this type of people, these football historical players here? Because Lorca is a good team, it's a really big team, but it's not the elite, it's not the La Liga or. And do you think in a moment you play, you meet or you knew that people?
I would say yes, because in the end, football, you know, in the end there's top players playing in lower divisions now because they're ending their careers, all of this, and then they pay them well as well, and yeah, I always thought I would meet people, and I've met a lot of very very famous players during my career, and it really inspires me, you know, it motivates me to do more, you know, in the end. They're working with you in the same gym, in the same field, on the same field, and that really pushes you. So
Different.
No.
Different. Okay, so you mentioned that coach. I'm sure you've had coaches that you didn't like, right? What's something that, like, can you be more specific on why you like a certain coach? Is it because it fits your style? Or what is your style? How do you like to play? How do you see football? Because you came from, grew up in Egypt where maybe they see football differently, so you got accustomed to how you like to play. You also have Canada, then you were here in Madrid, then you went to the south. So, like, a lot of styles change, right? Can you be specific on how they change? Like, what is it like there, what is it like there, and which you liked better and for what reason?
I would say I like Spain the most because it's more tactical, you know. In Egypt, for example, it's more physical and one-on-ones, you know, and
Individual quality. You have good athletes in that.
yeah, they're athletes. They're exactly.
Yeah.
When here, they're more like football player. You know what I mean? The difference between an athlete and a footballer.
so
Short,
small.
yeah. No.
You saw Iniesta in the street. You're not football player.
Yeah.
But we press a lot our players in Premier Training for understand the game.
Yes.
No, really, the work hard is basic.
Mm-hmm.
In the football now, you have athlete, for of course, but the difference, the details is for understand the game.
Yes, that's definitely something I like about your trainings. You know, I came to a couple of your trainings, and what I like the most is that you actually try to make the players understand the game instead of, because they come from outside and they think it's like I don't know how to say it, but like everyone needs to prove himself individually, you know. And yes, you need to in some way, but in the end also it's a team game, and what I like about you guys is that you actually sit down with them and try to explain, and you watch videos and try to tell them this is right, this is wrong, you know, and you focus with the player. And
do you think if when you came here, do you think is not we, not us, but someone like us helped to you in your beginning here
in Spain to adapt to the style, right? Did you learn it quickly? Did you adapt quickly?
No, so when I came here with that agent, he also has this academy, which I don't like at all.
Okay.
They didn't really teach us a lot, and no, I wish I would fall into like your hands, you know, an academy that actually cares and teaches people, you know, because my experience was not good, and I had to do it on my own, and it's obviously easier to do it with people that are here, that are looking after you, you know, trying to give you more, and yeah, I would have definitely loved it, but I didn't have the same experience, and it sucks really, because I wasted time in adapting, you know, even though I would say I adapt really fast to anything, but I could have done it faster and better, and that's definitely important, yeah.
Was there a difference between Madrid and Murcia, the type of football?
A little bit. I would say it's even more tactical here in Madrid.
Yeah.
And definitely the level is higher here, even though it was the same division. Because they're in Tercera, and this level you play with in like provinces and states in America, you know, and yeah, I would definitely say the level is way higher here than in Murcia.
And what makes the level higher here? Do you feel like it's because there's more teams, the individual players are better? Is it because, you know, we always talk with people, there's very little areas in such a small area, right? Because Madrid, it's a big city, but it's not crazy big, right? Especially, you know, but you have a lot of the amount of first division, second division clubs that you have in a small area. I don't know if there's any other place in the world that has that kind of spot, and I feel like that's what makes it so competitive.
For sure.
I don't know if you have a different opinion of why.
No, I agree completely. The only other place I could think of that's similar would be London, of course, from the amount of clubs that are there. But it's also the money. I think the money that's put into clubs in Madrid is insane, you know.
Yeah.
And then everyone wants to come to Madrid, you know. Besides football, you know, the weather is nice and stuff. And I personally think that's what make people also want to come, you know. And yeah, in Murcia there's I could name maybe 3 big clubs there. Cartagena, Real Murcia, and ¿y quién más? You know, that we have to think about it is proof that
Cartagena, Murcia y Lorca.
Yeah, I guess here there's teams in first division. How many teams in Madrid? How many teams in second division?
I think probably it's for the elite football here also. Because, for example, Real Madrid, Atlético de Madrid, Rayo Vallecano, Getafe, Leganés, it's a lot of teams in the first division, and his academies from them is is higher, of course, because the is como arrastrar, como va
Yeah,
arrastrar.
it trickles
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's for that. But yeah, when you come to Madrid after Lorca, which how do you remember that part? Because you are in Madrid, probably with not good experience, you have to go out to Madrid, to Guadalajara, for find opportunities there. Go to Lorca in a moment. You come back to Madrid. Why? How do you feel in that moment?
But
Because I don't know, but if your experience here is not really good, probably you think, oof, again to Madrid, or you have that team, the offers here for the teams, or
that's a tricky question. I don't really remember. But no, I wanted to come to Madrid, and then as we said, the level is way higher, and then all the players that get bigger, they end up coming to Madrid, you know. And no, I wanted to come back, to be honest.
you don't feel like my experience here before is
No, but the difference was I was coming by myself alone without the agent, and all my bad experience came from the agent.
Okay. And you come here and you find teams here, or you have offers, or you find
No, so it's funny because is this sporting director in Guadalajara called me, and he was the sporting director at Moscardo at the moment, and he told me, there's a team that wants you, so I came to Madrid. But
Madrid is the best place in the world and the worst place in the world at the same time in football.
yeah,
It's the best place because the competition is so high, right? It's the worst place because the competition is so high. So either you're really good and you can make an incredible name for yourself, or you're good but you can't stand out as well as you would in Murcia or in Guadalajara or wherever.
Sure.
And that makes it more difficult for you to, if you don't stand out, then you obviously blend in, right? So that's always a tricky situation when players are deciding in their career, right? Because also outside of Madrid, clubs pay much more.
yeah,
Because here, I think, you don't need to, you can go around the corner and find someone who's really good, who lives at home already, he's from here, you don't need to pay him as much. Whereas if you're in Murcia or places like that, you know, those people don't live nearby, so you need to give housing, right? And it's more typical in a tercera or whatever that they give you housing, right? They pay you a better salary, a little bit, let's say, more of a professional environment. But here in tercera, like, you're working another job and you're training at night sometimes, and like, but you know, there are guys that, you know, are working night shifts in you know, in, I know players that are really good that are working night shifts, you know, in the garbage, right? They're picking up the garbage, they're putting it, and then the next day
go to train.
they're playing against Real Madrid C. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but not just playing, like, well. But that's how crazy it is. Like, you don't know who you pass on the street that plays in Tercera, Segunda RFEF, Segunda RFEF, whatever.
Yeah, Madrid is full of players in the end, like you said, you know. There, and all the clubs, for example, that I played that were outside of Madrid, they gave me a house and definitely a better salary than what I'm getting paid here in Madrid. And yeah, it's exactly like you said. There's so many players that want to play in Madrid that it makes it so much easier for the club. You know what I mean? To find someone that they don't have to pay as much.
Right.
In the end, you know, it's a business.
Yeah.
And they definitely think about that as well.
And what are your feelings about your beginnings in Moscardo? Because I'm there, I was there also, and the moment when you come is not so good. It's a bad moment, and you continue in the club, and you continue with the team, and now it's a really nice moment. And how do you manage your feelings when you go to Moscardo from one less division from outside of Madrid, and in a bad moment for the club? How you How do you manage your frustration there?
To be honest, it was when I first came to Moscardo, I had already decided that I wouldn't play anymore, right? So it wasn't really a big deal for me. They were already relegated on top of that. So we were just there really to finish the season, right? And after that, I was going to stop. And when they called me back, I was like, I love football. And then, and I said, okay, maybe I'll do it for fun. And that's when I actually started to look to do something on the side besides football, because as you said, you cannot live off of football only in Madrid, especially in this division. And yeah, to be honest, managing your life and your thoughts in that moment is one of the most difficult things I had to do, because then it brought back the feeling that I wanted to continue playing football when I had already decided not to play. And I would say it was a difficult time for me. So we were just there really to finish the season, right? And after that, I was going to stop. And when they called me back, I was like, I love football. And then, and I said, okay, maybe I'll do it for fun. And that's when I actually started to look to do something on the side besides football, because as you said, you cannot live off of football only in Madrid, especially in this division. And yeah, to be honest, managing your life and your thoughts in that moment is one of the most difficult things I had to do, because then it brought back the feeling that I wanted to continue playing football when I had already decided not to play. And I would say it was a difficult time for me.
The advice for me is you put your goals not realistic, but don't que no se puedan contar. For example, for me, like a coach, not like a player, but you say, today I have to score 2 goals. You can count 1, 2. For me, like a coach, is in the next 3 games we need 9 points. Yeah, but if you lose the first, where is the goal now? I have 2 questions for your situation now, because you have 2 promotion in 2 years, and I speak a lot in the podcast these bad times, bad moments, or difficult moments in your career, but now you are in a good moment. The club, 2 promotions, and I'm really happy because I'm there also 7 years, and I'm happy for you, my friend, and Pablo, my friend, and a lot of people there. But how do you manage now when your career is consistent in a good moment? Because you have 2 years now, promotion, enjoy the game. We went to watch the games a lot of times, and it's really nice to watch the games. And
it's a good atmosphere. It's just the expectations. I would say the expectations. If I put my expectations very high again, because we've been, as you said, 2 promotions. It would put your expectations. 2 promotions, a 3rd promotion is coming right now. And I think if I don't train my mind to actually look at the situation from the right view, from the right angle, my expectations will go high, and I'll just be disappointed in the end, and it will.
So you try to control your expectations.
For sure.
Be more realistic.
Yeah, because getting promoted is not easy in any division, especially in this one now. The higher you go, the harder it is, right? And we were doing really well in the beginning of the season. We were in playoff, everything.
Yeah.
And this is really why I think we're not doing as well, because our expectations were way too high. We were 4th. Wow. And 7 games in a row we lost 6, 11th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is when we were up there. We relaxed a bit with training and everything. We were expecting, to stay there all season, and it's not easy. Some new guys that come in and don't train as hard, it pisses me off, to be honest.
Yeah.
I try obviously to talk with them, to make them train better, And yeah, it kind of does put some kind of responsibility on me. And
For finishing the podcast, we have a game. I don't know if you see, but we have a game. It's only for fun moment with our friends here.
okay,
And I try to explain. It's a little bit weird, but I count 3, 1, 2, 3, and one of you say at the same time one player.
okay,
Name a player, the player, the past, now, the player, whoever you want, and I count. I give 2 or 3 seconds more, and I count again, and you have to find the same player.
okay,
You have to find connect the link with his player.
2 players that
the
you
2
said
players.
to get
Okay.
to name
Okay.
the same player.
okay.
If not, then you start again.
You start again.
You guys go first. I'll count.
No, it's, I because I don't.
Okay, okay.
I count the first time if you play with Rishi, and
There you go.
now
Okay.
you play with me. Are you
You
ready?
good, right? You got
Yes.
a player?
You have to play? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Salah.
Riquelme.
Salah, Riquelme.
Hola.
Oof.
Hey.
Wait, they have nothing in common, bro.
It's 5 seconds.
Okay. No.
1, 2, 3.
McAllister.
McAllister.
Wow, McAllister's very good.
Yes.
McAllister's very good. You know,
Yeah.
Ronaldo's terrible. I had no idea.
You
what to
played
say.
before.
McAllister's very good.
You played
Yeah.
before.
I
Yeah.
don't think.
Okay.
But that's perfect because Argentina and then
Yeah, exactly.
club. Yeah. Alright, you two.
Okay, wait.
Okay, I have one. It's so difficult.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Rodri.
Zidane. But Zidane, Egypt.
Mohamed Zidane.
Yeah, from Russia. And you, Rodri.
Yeah.
Fair way.
Ready?
No, wait.
Oof.
If you don't know, you just do what I did. Ronaldo, you just say what
Ronaldo.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
De Bruyne.
Ronaldo. wait, who'd you say?
De Bruyne.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. Okay, to play again.
Okay.
Wait.
You have time?
Yeah.
Because if not win, continue to tonight,
Yeah,
tomorrow.
No problem. Stay here all week.
You have it? You have? Yeah, you have?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Pedri.
What?
Robin.
Robin,
Pedri.
Pedri.
One.
Bueno, no sé. Uf.
Wait. Robin. Pedri.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Dale.
1,
No.
2, 3.
De Jong.
What?
Bellingham.
De Jong. Frenkie De Jong.
De Jong, Hollandaise.
He's good, man. De
He
Jong.
played before.
Yeah, he played before. Yeah, I had no idea, so I just said someone, the well-known player. Yeah, De Jong.
Yeah, I go with easier player, not Zidane. I want to.
Yeah, that's
Egypt
impossible.
player.
Zidane from
Yeah.
Egypt.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Neymar.
Okay, I have one.
Rudiger, Neymar, right?
Rudiger, I have one. I don't know.
Ready?
No, not really.
Ready?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Ter
Vinicius.
Stegen.
Ter Stegen,
Ter
German.
Stegen, bueno, Ter Stegen.
Yeah, I go
Yeah.
to Brazilian
Yeah,
Real Madrid
yeah,
and
yeah,
you go
yeah.
to Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Okay, the last round.
Okay.
The last opportunity.
Wait.
I don't tell you. If don't win, you pay the teas.
Okay. No problem.
Focus. Focus now.
Okay.
Yeah. 1. Oh. This is
One
important.
second. Okay, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Di
Griezmann.
Griezmann, Di María. Bueno.
Griezmann.
Di María.
Ok.
1.
¿Cómo se llama?
Who?
Es que el nombre se me va el nombre.
Pelo largo.
No, el medio centro del Atlético.
Ah, vale.
No fue.
Rodrigo de Paul.
Sí.
What are you gonna say? No.
No.
I couldn't think of the name. It's like I have the face in my head. You know what I mean? And I couldn't think of the name.
I was gonna say Diarra.
Hola. You don't play.
That's too difficult.
Francés y
Yeah.
jugó con Di María,
Yeah.
¿no? En el Madrid.
I was thinking Argentina and
Yeah.
Atletico.
I will go with Correa for
Ah,
a
yeah.
striker also, or
Yeah.
Correa was good.
or inclusive Joao Felix, because Di Maria played for Benfica.
Ah.
Joao Felix, okay, but you don't say the next player. You say the.
Okay, one last one.
Last one. You two. I just went.
I go to really easy. For
Might have to edit some of these out, you know.
Okay.
okay,
Ready?
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Ronaldinho.
Odegaard ha dicho.
Ronaldinho.
Not necessarily thing in play with them, but
Yeah.
similar players or similar players.
They completely different.
Gracias, pero. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Luka Modric.
Gabriel.
Brazilian from Arsenal.
Luka Modric.
I don't know why. Midfielder,
Although
blonde hair.
older that time period.
I don't know why.
I guess.
Do you want the last?
Sure.
I play in the bar with the beers a lot of hours play them.
We've gone to some games, not on the podcast, but in general. It's been
Because I
a
play
long
all
time.
day. I play all day with the players, with everyone.
It's a fun game, man.
Yeah. Wait.
You haven't?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Cavani.
No. Wait, who?
Cavani.
Pandiani.
Oh.
I was actually going to say that the next one.
I go to Odegaard because I want to finish with Mohamed El Neni, but I want to Egyptian players.
Okay.
But not now.
No, wait.
Wait.
Okay.
It's serious now.
Okay, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Saliba.
Saliba Hakimi. Okay.
Neither.
Okay. You have France, Arsenal. Hakimi playing PSG. You have it? Yeah.
No clue.
No clue. Like, I know, but I don't remember the names.
I have one, but I'm sure you're not thinking of the same player as me.
No, I'm just going to throw something out because it's... Okay, go.
1, 2, 3.
Taylor Hernandez.
Theo Hernandez.
Yeah, it's French.
Yeah.
And he plays in Milan, Inter,
And he played with Hakimi
in Madrid.
in Madrid.
Yeah. I was just thinking Madrid.
I'm sad now. I don't want to finish the podcast with the
Go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let's go.
Ready?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
Make it very easy.
Last one.
Yeah.
Good? 1, 2, 3.
Messi.
Vale.
Okay.
What do you say?
Messi.
Mbappé.
Okay.
Messi.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ronaldo.
Vale.
I knew it.
Vaya mierda.
Bueno, now thank you very much for coming with us, a few minutes with us, and thank you also for our brand in the clothes, and for help to us in everything. You are a good friend for us, and I wish you the best
Thank
in
you.
the next time, and thank you for coming.
No, thank you very much for having me. It was a real fun time.
Always good to see you.
Thank you.